John Aloisi is, of course, Coach of the Heart, and as we build up to the start of the season, he joins us. John, thanks very much for coming onto the show, and gee, it was a wonderful spectacle last week, wasn't it, Liverpool, and a packed house at the MCG.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to see 95,000 people inside the MCG watching a football match. Before the game, the anthem of Liverpool, Never Walk Alone. I think no one's ever seen something like that in Australia before. It was an amazing sight.
And on the back of that, John, is there intention, say, from Melbourne Heart to get a team like Chelsea or Tottenham Hotspurs over to replicate what we witnessed last week?
It would be great. Look, that's out of my hands. That's more to do with the people upstairs. If they could get someone like that, not only, say, Chelsea or Tottenham, Real Madrid or Barcelona see someone like Messi come to Australia, that would be something else. But look, we'll wait and see. I don't think it's going to happen this pre-season, but you never know for next pre-season.
And if he does get here, why couldn't you recruit him?
Yeah, well, I don't think that will be possible.
You need a striker, don't you?
Yeah, we do. It wouldn't be bad to get someone like him.
Well, tell us about how you're going, because you were kind enough to come into the studio a couple of months ago and talk about your plans about trying to build this Melbourne Heart team and going overseas and trying to piece the jigsaw puzzle together. What have you come up with in terms of your signings?
Yeah, it's going well. We signed a defender from Holland, Rob Willard. He played Champions League with FC20, Ajax. And he's a very experienced player at the back for us. And we also signed Mas Madoka from Brisbane Roar, who everyone knows he won 2 championships with Brisbane. Harry, he's a great signing for us. At the moment, our squad is looking good. We've got Aziz Bates that's just come back into the squad, but we still need a couple more signings where we think we're very close to getting, and they'll be our squad complete then.
We'll get to that in just a moment, but Harry Kewell, you mentioned. Where do you think you'll play, and where do you think he's going to be best suited to Melbourne Heart?
Harry can play really anywhere in the front four. At the moment, I'm looking to play him a bit more central because we've got such good wingers, and Mate Dugancic and Golgol Mabratu are looking fitter and better than ever. So our wingers are looking good. So I look like, well, it depends on how things go, but at the moment Harry will play very central and either right up top or as a number 10 just behind the main striker.
Johnny, I recall when he did go to Victory, the impact he had on training. Have you seen that already? Yeah. The training is at another intensity altogether. Harry's a great professional. A lot of people don't realise how much he prepares just to go on the park, and that rubs off on all the other players. And his signing has been great for the younger boys because they just see what it takes to get to the top. And at the moment, training's been great for everyone. Is he a good teacher on the paddock?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he explains to the players. As a coach, you need those players on the pitch that can help the other players understand what we want from the sideline, and out there they can see it a little bit different. And so Harry's got that, and also Rob Willard at the back has that as well.
Does he challenge you about philosophy, about how he says this is the way the game should be played? Because I reckon that at times is really healthy, even though you might have a view on what you want to achieve.
No, at the moment he hasn't. Harry's been, I don't mind having healthy discussions, and I did say to him the way we wanted to play, and he played that way with Rijkaard at Galatasaray, and also very similar under Gus Hiddink with the national team. So he's happy to play that way. He loves what we're trying to do at the club and what we're trying to achieve on the pitch. And at the moment, he's just really enjoying his football again.
He had a game up at up on the Murray, I think, up at near Goulburn. How did that go? It was a 4-1 victory, but were you happy with the process and the way the team played?
Yeah, look, we started off slow, but that's to be expected. The boys have been training really hard, and they're very heavy in the legs, which is normal for this time of the year. But we're building, and a lot of players, experienced players, didn't play in that game. We gave a lot of the younger boys a go, and then they performed well.
Now, what about the build-up to the season? You've obviously got a range of practice matches organised, is that right?
Yeah, we've got quite a few A-League sides that will play against. We've got Brisbane Roar up in Lismore coming up in a few weeks' time, and We're trying to organise a trip to Perth. We also got LA United here a couple of weeks before the season starts. So, which is good because you want to be playing against A-League sides just to see where you're at in pre-season.
And what about, we did touch on earlier, you've still got room, you've still got a couple of signings to go. What type of player are you specifically looking for? And you've still got a couple of options open for internationals, haven't you, on your a room on your list?
Yeah, we've got 2 more foreign spots to fill, and if the right one comes along, which we think we're close to getting a defensive midfielder who can control our game. I think that's important for us, to have someone in the midfield that can link up between the defence and the strikers, and we're looking at someone that is experienced and that is great on the ball, and so we can dictate to the opposition how we want to play.
Has he got a name?
Yeah, I've got a name, but I won't be listed.
And what about your search for a striker, John?
Yeah, look, the search goes on for a striker, but we've got quite a few names for strikers, but I want to make sure we get the right one because the first and foremost, the priority is the defensive midfielder. Once that's done, then I can make sure that we get the striker that we need.
Bajic is a good return?
Yeah, great. Look, everyone knows how much he loves the club and what he was like before he left, and I think Australia's been crying out for a left full back to pop up, and I believe that Aziz is the one. And so it's a big season for him, a big year, and we'll help him along, and I'm sure he'll help the team too.
John, sounds like things are building beautifully at the moment. We wish you well in getting your lock-ins, a defensive midfielder, and of course a striker to add to the group. But all going along beautifully. Thanks for your time this morning. We'll talk soon.
Thanks for having me.
John Aloisi, coach of Melbourne Heart.